don't have sex. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, oh my gosh. Like,
where are we going after? That's it. First date, that's done.
That's it. Done. See you next time.
She said, deuces.
That's
For
a
some
vibe.
reason, it's such a vibe.
That's
it's
a
like
vibe, yeah, for
quiet.
sure.
No one's yelling over the top of each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh yeah, we booked out the whole restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I said, there's speech impediment. But I said I might have a thought impediment.
Oh.
Like, because the way that, like, my thoughts just don't.
All right, Paris, episode 3. Can you believe it? We're smashing these out as quick as we can.
We are.
It's going well, don't you think? You having fun?
I'm proud of you.
Oh, proud of me. I'm proud of you.
Introing the podcast.
Oh my gosh, it took a lot. I was really nervous.
Yeah.
But no, I actually have a story for you.
Okay.
It may be a story you've already heard, so sorry if I'm repeating it for you.
Hey.
But when we're driving home from the grocery store today, I had a moment of remembering the funniest story that has ever happened to me coming out of my dance class back in high school. So back in Australia.
Oh, well, back in the day. Okay.
Is anything ringing bells so far or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, good. First impression story. We love it. So yeah, I was finishing up a dance class and I can't remember if it was my mom or dad picking me up. But anyway, we were exiting the studio and it was dark, nighttime. You know what it is. And I was talking to mom, telling her, I think it was mom, talking to mom and telling her how class was, you know, the whole shebang and everything. And we're going to cars parallel parked on the road. Anyway, so I open the car door, sit in the car, put my feet on the ground. Something felt weird. And then I look to the left and I try and find mom and she didn't get in the car yet. So I turn around a little bit and I was like, wait, mom is literally right there. Like, where the hell is she? And then I look to the ground and I'm like, wait, this isn't our car. And literally I freaked out, jumped out of the car and I was like, oh my gosh, whose car is this? And mum is laughing. Thank God it was another studio member's car.
Wow.
But because all the parents were coming to pick up at the same time, everyone's cars were unlocked because we're all like coming back home into the car. But I just happened to be ahead of that family. So I jumped in their car and then they were right behind me. They're like, oh, we're taking you home, are we?
That is hilarious.
Anyway, it was the most like funny, shocking. I was a little bit younger, so I was very embarrassed as well.
Yeah, bearings were off and everything.
Oh my God, bearings were so off. It was funny because I stepped in and I was still in conversation with mum, so I wasn't processing it. And then I was like, smells different. Because you know how your car has a smell?
Yeah.
It smelled different. And then the feeling under my feet felt different.
All the bells and whistles went off.
The autopilot of those things just all felt different.
Is
and
funny.
I was just like, oh my God. Anyway, just wanted to bring that story up to you because, today it brought back memories.
Now that you tell it, I think you have told me that story before, but you just told it a different way.
A little bit more detail, maybe.
Yeah. Wow,
We're on a podcast
funny.
now. I got to get a little bit more detail.
Right. That's funny. I'm trying to think if that ever happened to me before. Not to that extent, but like walking up to the wrong car that appears to be yours.
Right. Well, the crazy thing is the car was nothing alike. I think the only the similarity was that it was a bigger car. But like the brand wasn't the same. The color was slightly different. Like,
so you really weren't paying attention.
I was
you just
so zoned out and just talking to mom that I had no idea what was freaking going on. And I just opened the car and just assumed that we were getting the. I don't even know. I was on such a.
I wonder if mom realized. What was
she
going
knew
on.
exactly what was going on.
Oh, she said, she's gonna learn her lesson.
Literally though, and she knew it was harmless because everyone on the street was from the studio and the cars and everything. But it was hilarious. I'm just glad no one was in the driving seat waiting for the kid because I would have gotten in and I probably would have screamed, being like, "Oh my God!"
That is too funny.
It was funny. Anyway, so that's a story that I don't think I'll ever forget it. One to tell the kids.
Well, just be careful because ever since we got our new car, someone has a similar car in our complex.
Yep, that's funny.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, so kind of just wanted to start us off with a cute little flashback story.
Of course.
And then I guess to continue speaking about Australia.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
Last episode, we kind of dabbled a little bit in kind of the American versus Australian.
Yeah.
We talked about how we kind of like continuing that through our episodes.
Yeah.
Not many, just to kind of keep the flow going. I mean, it's
I mean, it's a part
American
of us.
and Australian. So
it's
let's
who we are.
educate the world of the differences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just a couple things.
Well,
What are you thinking?
So my nephews, when they were first, well, I think when Mason was born.
So if people don't know, Mason
is my Price's
people don't know who
firstborn.
Price
Yeah,
is.
my brother. My
Paris's
brother.
brother.
Yeah, his
Firstborn child.
Yeah. And when we went up there to visit, and he was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So you were just like, where's his dummy?
Yes, that's a good one.
And
Everyone's looking at me blank face as usual.
dummy.
Dummy. What is a dummy?
Yeah, dummy. You could either be talking about two things. A doll or someone.
A doll?
Well, a doll, like they
A dummy?
yeah.
That's a thing. I didn't even know that
you didn't
was
know
a
that?
thing. No.
Yeah. See, now you make me second guess
Well, no,
myself.
because
I think
the way the dolls we grew up with are probably slightly different.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
we
think
had
it's a dummy doll,
Barbie
like
and Bratz. Maybe.
Okay.
You might be right. I didn't grow up with that.
yeah. And then just someone who don't got it all together up there.
Right. But you call it pacifier, right?
Pacifier. You said it
Yes.
was a pacifier.
For like both words,
Dummy and
so
pacifier.
different. So it's like
so different. Yeah. So I was just wondering.
how did one get the other?
Right.
And I'm in my mind, Australians love to shorten everything,
Yeah.
make everything like kind of like a slang term.
Okay.
So I'm also curious if there is an actual technical term for it that we use, but we just say dummy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
that's
but I don't
interesting.
know. I've never heard anyone call it anything but a dummy.
That
I've
is
heard
hilarious. Binky. Yeah.
is that American?
Binky is
No. Oh, God, I don't even know anymore.
or a bib. That's a bib.
No, that's a bib. That's
yeah,
a bib.
A binky. Huh.
You
I
know.
heard of binky.
Okay.
Now I'm forgetting what
But yeah, so I don't even know if that's like our technical term for a dummy.
That is hilarious. Well, next time we're on FaceTime with mom
Yeah,
or dad,
we
we
gotta
gotta ask
confirm
them
that
why.
for sure.
But that was hilarious.
Yeah. What's the word? There are two things that someone hearing it will think the complete different,
Yeah.
and it's a very, very different meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So the two things that I say that you think and tilt your head, how does that make sense in the sentence you just said?
Right.
Are thongs and rubbers. Those are the two things that I had rude awakenings. So
Yeah.
thongs was like a very universal, we know what the difference is. Thongs.
Thong.
Okay.
Cisco. Yeah. Cisco.
Thongs obviously are flip-flops for you.
Right. Flip flops for us.
Yeah.
Thongs for you guys.
Our thongs are your
Flip
flip-flops.
flops.
And your thongs are our G-strings.
Yes.
So underwear.
Yes.
There we go. I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
So very different things.
Very different things.
And shocking when you hear it in
Yeah.
passing.
yeah.
Like, oh, do you have your thongs?
you have
Did
your
you put
thongs.
your thongs on?
Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly. Now,
It was funny when we were in Australia and we were going to the beach. And I heard
yeah.
mom ask dad, are you wearing your thongs or are you just
chuck on your thongs.
Yeah, chuck.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But obviously we don't think twice because it's just so natural.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, thong flip-flops and
The
how
shape
they're
is
built,
the same.
so I get it.
Oh, 100%.
It's just hearing it for the first time. Yeah.
And then, so I have a story about the rubber situation.
Oh.
I didn't actually know that was a thing
The rubber.
until I got to college, which is kind of funny.
Makes sense.
So back in university, we went to Point Park University.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if every college does this, but we had wall murals for the floor freshman year.
Wait.
Do you want me to repeat that a little bit more American?
Yeah.
Wall
murals. Okay. What are the wall murals that you're referring?
The paintings that you remember in freshman year, we would create those paintings with the floor.
Oh, in our hallway.
In the hallway.
Oh, okay, okay.
A wall mural.
Okay, cool.
Okay, got it.
All right,
okay.
yeah, I
so
got it.
we were creating ours, and we started with
Each floor had a
each
different
floor,
theme.
and there was like competition, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So we were creating ours, and we were starting with pencil markings before we started painting.
Got it.
And so I was doing my little section that I was assigned, and I was like, "Hey, does anyone have a rubber?" And the whole hallway just went, a what? And I'm like, a rubber. They're like, no, we do not have a rubber. Why do you need a rubber? And I'm just so
Trying to get freaky.
literally though. And I was just so confused because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what do you call it? And they're like,
Yeah.
eraser. And I'm like, got that. And then I
Yeah.
was like, okay, but what's a rubber? And then they explained to me that it was a condom. And I was like,
Yes.
oh.
Trojan. Pleasure pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
My brain was just like,
Yeah.
how did that one get so different? You know what I mean? Another one.
Yeah, that's another situation where it's really technical. Like you're using the technical
Like eraser.
erase. The rubber is used to erase things,
But we're rubbing.
and you're rubbing to erase it. So
Yeah.
I get it why you guys call it a rubber, because it's technical.
So I think that is a situation
Term,
where
yeah.
if you were to go to the store, I don't think it says rubber on it. I think it says eraser in Australia,
Yeah.
but we just call them rubbers.
It might say
I might
rubber
be wrong.
eraser. I mean, they're all rubber, but like
No, but
I get it.
I think in Australia,
The
I
label
think the label
is
actually
rubber.
does say no. I think it says eraser, but we just
In
call them
Australia.
rubbers.
Oh, okay.
I think. I don't even
Got
know. I don't. Am I even Australian anymore?
Yes, you are. That is your roots. You know what I mean? That is your
Yeah.
roots.
Thank you.
So,
Do you got another one? What was shocking for you?
the thing that was shocking to me was the no tipping policy
Yes.
in Australia. I think 2019 when we visited.
You got very confused.
Yeah, because we just got up and left, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "Hey, are we
You're like, should
leaving
we
a
give
tip?"
a little bit extra?
So you guys had said that it's all included into
There's a couple different things. So in Australia, you get paid fairly. So a regular paying job.
talk about it.
I don't know. Well, back in 2013, so it may be different now. But just a regular paying job, it was a minimum of $21 an hour.
Minimum wage was $21
and that
an
was
hour?
just like working at a coffee shop. And then they had time and a half on Saturdays, so time plus half on Saturdays, so you got even more. And then on Sundays you got double time. So you got so you're compensated within your pay because we get paid so much more. Now, remember, it's relative to the cost of living in Australia.
Okay. So
it's
is
not
more
like
expensive
you're
to live.
right. So it's
Okay.
not like you're living lavishly on like a minimum paying
Right,
wage
right.
job.
Yeah.
But you don't rely on your tips to live. That's
Makes
the
sense.
difference. In
Makes
America,
sense.
it's really like you're getting what is it like $8 an hour? I don't know what
Yeah. I mean, when I worked at Topgolf, it was
it was 15.
like $8.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, sorry. Yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
We would have. Trust me.
We've been
Because I
cruising.
made good tips.
Yeah,
But
because you
imagine if
lived
I
off
made
your
15.
tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just different. I think I don't really get the tip culture in America. I mean, obviously I'm going to respect it here and I'm going to tip because that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. It's kind of messed up, like the concept of it, of like, hey, here's what your payments are, and not payments. This is what you're going to get paid. But it's not enough to live, but you may be able to get enough tips if they tip you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do you, I don't know. I just like can't,
It just seems like everything
such a struggle.
is based off commission and based off
Almost.
performance, and
But
if you
even
make a
that,
sale,
people
if
could
you-
do a great job
being a waitress or
being a
waiter.
waitress to a table, and they could tip you like 5% just because they wanted to.
Yeah. So it's all based on your performance. I
But
feel
no,
like
but even still, they could have done a great performance, but they're just dickheads and
I
they want to
feel you.
tip you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
I feel
like
you.
you're relying on the generosity of others for your living.
that's deep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
deep.
messed up because there are very ungenerous people out there.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That's why, like, whenever we go out to eat, though we'll tip on our credit cards, right? If I have cash, I'm always
You're
trying
always
to
so
like,
willing to,
you know, throw some more cash on
Right.
the table or whatever, because I know how it is. We both know how it is to work. You know, you were a barista at one point,
Right.
and you know, I worked in the food industry as well. So
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like being there, done that, respect it.
Yeah. So like once you have that experience, you understand,
humbling,
you get it.
yeah.
You get it.
So that's one thing. Another thing.
So yeah, I mean, I think I know where you're about to go. It seems like here it's kind of mandatory to tip. It's like an unspoken rule to tip.
That's
like
the
you know
thing.
what I mean?
It's not even mandatory.
It's not, but
It's that's
it's
what I'm saying. It's
expected.
it's you're relying on people's generosity
Yeah.
because it's you can go wherever. You could literally live your life in America and never tip a person.
Yeah.
And
true.
no one's gonna arrest you. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Yes, you may get some snarky looks from the waitress after you leave, but you don't, like you actually can go through life in America without tipping a single cent to anybody. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
I got one for you though.
What's that?
Could be controversial depending on how deep we get into it.
Okay.
But we don't need to get that deep into it. Voting.
Yeah.
So fun fact, I should probably know my facts, but I think when you turn 18 in Australia, it might be 16, I'm not quite sure what the age is, it's mandatory to vote. Like, you will be fined if you do not vote.
If you don't.
Now, don't get me wrong, you can turn up to the voting panel, put an empty ballot in. You just have to show that you were present and you've done your duty, essentially.
Okay.
So when I came to America, my mom got a letter in the mail saying I was fined for not voting.
How much were you fined?
I don't know what the rate is. It's probably an annoying amount, and annoying enough that people were like, I guess I'll show up and vote.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fined for not voting. Now, we were able to, what is that word? We were able to fight it, essentially, because I'm clearly living in a different country.
Yeah.
So they put aside the fine. But at the same time, like, it's just so different here. Like, here in America, I feel like it's kind of, there's like so much controversy of like, oh, am I going to vote? Am I not going to vote? It's my right to vote. I don't want to vote because I don't know who to vote. You know what I mean? There's
and
just
also,
so much.
I don't want to vote because it seems like my vote isn't going to
doesn't matter.
A difference.
Right.
You know,
there's
because,
such a different,
you know, it is. I mean, it's definitely something that I feel like I need to, get better at as well. You know what I mean? As far as like politics and being well informed about what's going on, because it's as someone of color, like this as a black man, watching the news is very depressing. It's very, I get a lot of anxiety and stress just even keeping up with the because it's never positive. It seems like it's never positive.
Yeah.
So I kind of shut my side or shut the door on that.
Right.
But I know that I shouldn't be doing that. I should definitely be, well informed, well equipped and participating,
sure.
in things like this, because our vote does matter. Our vote does count. We have the right to vote. So take advantage of that right, But as far as Australia, my question to you is, do you think because what's the population count over there? Roughly, like, is it less people in Australia
that
than it
is
is?
where,
So is
like,
it easy to manage? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I really don't want to make a fool of myself.
No, I feel you.
Have no freaking idea.
Got you. Okay.
But I do know that Australia has some really great systems in place.
Got it. Okay.
With the whole voting system.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I've never voted in Australia because my whole time of having the ability
Eligibility,
to vote. I've been in
yeah,
America.
yeah.
And now that I'm in America, because I'm not a citizen, I can't vote here either. So it's like every country I've gone to, I haven't actually been able to vote for anything legally, not by want. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's just the way we do things, just different. Don't get me wrong. People in Australia do not want to vote. But they'll go put an empty ballot and call it a day. Yeah. Just so that they don't get the fine. I mean, people also may just say, I don't care. I'm going to get the fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's in place to help have everyone have a voice. But yeah.
That's true.
Anyway.
Okay. I was going to ask another question.
Go
about
for it.
that. I also read that there's sausage sizzles.
Where did that come
at
from?
The
Oh
voting
my gosh.
sites.
Yes.
So I was doing research.
Okay, right. I was like, where is sausage sizzles come from?
Yeah. So there was.
Yeah.
Like
you can get fed.
You get fed.
Yep.
There's a.
I think it's like a gold coin donation.
Yeah,
and
I'm
you
like,
get a little
goodness.
sausage sizzle. I mean,
So that
because you're waiting in line. Because if you think about it, every single person in Australia has to go vote. So
Yeah.
it's the lines can be long.
Make it worth
They
it.
do it at the public schools.
Got it.
So the public schools on the weekends open their schools up and they like do a whole production line and you vote.
Wow.
But yeah, I never have because I've always been in a different country when I've been eligible. But that's the biggest difference. The fact that it's actually mandatory and you get fined in Australia if you do not vote.
If you do not vote.
Could you imagine that in America? Literally, chaos would break loose.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's not get too much into politics.
Yeah. we said we weren't.
I know. All right.
Well, I got a question for you.
Okay, hit me.
What is your ideal date?
Ooh, ideal date. Okay, so we're getting a little bit relationship, switching the
switching
the
gears. Gotta
page
switch
a
the
little
gears.
bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta switch the gears.
My ideal date. I've always said something around water, like going to the beach or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've gotten a little bit older, I do feel like a good dinner date just like can never be wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
doing some research, finding a really cool restaurant. Maybe it's new or maybe we haven't tried it before, but we've seen good reviews.
Yeah.
And just like going and eating at a restaurant.
Eating at
Now,
a restaurant. Okay.
To double down on that, something that we've been doing recently is
Yeah.
going to restaurants very early.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but we're like always just like the
Only one.
not even early, but like on a weekday early.
Yeah.
So it's empty. And we're like the only people there. And
That's
for
a
some
vibe.
reason, it's such a vibe.
That's a
it's like
vibe, yeah, for
quiet.
sure.
No one's yelling over the top of each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh yeah, we booked out the whole restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
been, we've done that a couple times recently. And I feel like that's been really fun.
So it's just a dinner date.
Yeah, simple. I
Okay.
don't, nothing extravagant.
Got it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love a trip to like the Maldives or something like that.
The what?
The Maldives. The Maldives. Come
The
on.
Moldy?
The Maldives. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation.
baby?
The beaches where they have the huts on the water. I'm pretty sure that's
Oh,
where
I've never heard of that before.
Kim Kardashian lost her diamond earrings in the water. Remember that story?
No.
Okay. Anyway,
So it's
it's a beach.
a hut on water.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like a beach.
Where I think that's where all like the celebrities go
Yes.
to. Got it. Okay. I didn't know it was called
It's called
that.
the Maldives.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like crystal blue water, beautiful, stunning, and
Yeah,
you're like
yeah.
in your own little villa in the
I think I
middle
saw
of the water.
LeBron and his family go
Probably
there.
they all
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's not really a date. That's more like a
Yeah.
treat. But
So all right.
Simple.
Well,
Dinner.
let's break down this dinner date because what type of food is the ideal? It doesn't matter.
No. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't matter. It's just that the research has to be done that we know it's a good restaurant and we know the food's going to be good because in the moment I might be craving a different type of food.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
When I say ideal date,
Yeah.
I don't want the metric isn't what we do. It's if you're just meeting a guy and he's taking you out on a date. Oh. Yeah, that's what I meant. Not for what we were doing.
Honestly, same.
Okay.
Maybe not. Okay. Difference though, not having the restaurant by yourself. Because if it's a first date, the silence might be a little awkward.
Okay. So we need people. We need.
Yes. So we would do more like a weekend.
Okay.
More of a prime time.
All right.
Just so that the sound, and if there is like dead time,
Yeah.
it's not awkward.
Are you a vegetarian at this time?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so the research that he does, let's say
Oh, I mean, he has to know. That would be number one red flag.
if he,
Taking me to like a steakhouse.
but this is the first time you guys.
I mean, if we're at the stage that we're going on a date, you would have thought that we'd have had enough small chat that he knows I'm a vegetarian. Or
Okay,
he would
there
have
we go.
said, hey, I want to book us a dinner date. Mm-hmm. Let me know what you like. Give me the platform to be able to tell you that I'm vegetarian.
Got
Don't
it.
just assume that I eat meat. You know what I mean? We're in
Got it.
We're in 2024.
Yeah. Okay, bet. what would be turnoffs during that date?
Turn-offs.
Red flag or turnoff, yeah.
I think if they were to not ask me any questions and they just speak about themselves the whole time.
Okay.
I feel like there needs to be equal, like, give and pull.
Okay.
What else? The whole, like, he has to pay, I don't really care too much. I do think if it was initiated solely by one person, that person who initiated probably should pay. But I think if it was like a mutual, let's go get dinner together, then I don't think there should be like a honorary, like, you pay, I pay, we split.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So if you initiated the date, you would pay.
I would initiate paying, yeah.
Okay.
And then vice versa. If he initiated it, I would get him to pay.
All right. Respect.
But if we did it together,
then split down the middle.
No, it would probably be a case of like, oh no, I'll pay. And then whoever, he would just probably pay.
Got it. Okay. Got you.
But yeah, I don't have that expectation that, oh no, the man always pays.
Yeah. What if he was a sloppy eater?
Ooh. Yeah, that might.
Like if he
for me,
ate with his hands.
Actually, I think something that would really, really like irk me, and I would probably like eat quick so the date could be over, is if they were eating and then drinking directly after with the food still in their mouth.
That's both.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like, finish your food, then get your beverage.
Yeah, nah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
That would be a little like, I don't think I'm hungry anymore.
Got you. Okay. Oh snap. Okay.
What about you?
What about me?
Yeah. Do you have an ideal date?
Well, I have more questions, but.
Oh my God, you're full of questions.
Okay,
today.
my last question is.
Okay.
Where are you going after?
Where are we going after? That's it. First date. That's done.
That's it. Done. See you next time.
She said, deuces.
All right. So
may talk to you again. If you had your beverage with your food, sayonara. Never again.
Oh my gosh, this took me out. Me, I'm right there with you. We gotta throw a movie in there.
Classic. Okay.
Yeah, gotta throw a movie in there.
But like, are you actually going to a movie that you want to see?
Yes.
Now, do you think the person you're asking for the movie is expecting that energy?
Well, like you said, if we were talking prior to, I would ask like, hey, do you want to check out this movie and grab dinner afterwards?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Not to
it's
like
an eventful day.
I was about to say, not to like talk on your
go ahead.
ideal date.
Yeah.
But that's a big commitment of time. A movie which is about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, plus dinner. You're committing at least 6 hours for the first date. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's my treat.
Okay, so you're always paying.
Yeah. Yes, I prefer to pay.
Would you get offended if the woman was like, "Oh no, I want to pay," or if they said, we must split it?
You know what? To answer that question, it would be weird.
How so?
Because I can't say there's ever been a time that I've been offered.
Huh.
Except for you.
I actually don't think I ever have. Oh wait,
you never been offered, but it was like.
I think it was like once we had like, we would go out to like grab like a quick bite to eat.
Yeah, you would like. I got
this one.
Yeah.
But we had known each other.
Yeah, that's really the only time that I can remember. So, yeah, and I had no problem.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
I love
it. And I mean that kind of goes to what my next question for you would be. But yeah, movie.
Yep.
And it would be a mega plus if you're into the movie that I would like to see, because I'm just
like
being an actor. Like I just love.
Green flag.
It would be a super green flag. And then we talk about it on our way to getting some food.
Okay.
That's another green flag. If like we can have this in-depth conversation about the film we just saw. And then I would ask you, hey, where you want to go to eat? So the food choice would be yours, like wherever you want to go. Red flags for me, if you're on your phone,
Yes.
Yeah, if you're on your phone, if you really don't really have any input on anything. I love to be asked questions, and I love to ask
Like
questions.
that kind of like debate
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah. And then if you're afraid to eat, I would just, I think one of the things I loved about you was that.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
yes.
it's like now I'm going to be reserved because if you're afraid to eat, then dang it. Like
Yes.
I'm going to be reserved and be afraid to
Yeah.
eat too in front of
Yep.
you. So,
Yep.
that would be a red flag.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's, just
So
Yeah.
so what I'm hearing
yes.
from the both of us
Mm-hmm.
is that simple is best.
Simple is best for sure.
Because I feel like sometimes people like create these like extravagant dates, blah blah blah.
That'll come. I feel like down the line
I
that'll
think
come
it can
for
be
sure.
fun because it like creates like vulnerability of
yeah.
like let's go skydiving together on
Yeah.
our first date, but like
Yeah.
I think
And-
just like take it slow.
Yeah, true. And maybe the movie may be a little too much on the first date because we're sitting in a room, lights off. It's you know what I'm saying? And
it's like a commitment of
Yeah.
like I'm sitting next to kind of a stranger right now.
yeah, and that might be my narcissistic behavior of dragging you out to see something that
You want to see.
you probably just said yes just to be nice. That you know what I mean?
But you don't
probably
actually
don't
wanna
have
see
any.
it. Are you projecting on to me with that at all?
So, but seriously,
Yeah.
seriously. So
I got you.
Yeah,
Got you. Cool.
yeah. Can't go wrong with a dinner.
I love
Cannot
it.
go wrong.
I
with
love
a
it. I
dinner.
love it.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got for me?
While just talking about this, like I wanted to know what are some things that, when we first started dating and on the journey of building a life together, et cetera, what are some things that you had to adjust on behalf of me and vice versa? You know what I mean? Because I know that like,
You are a handful.
yeah, I was jaded. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we were both very young in like retrospect. Like
Yeah.
I feel like we thought we were like these adults.
That's
But
true.
like when you
That's
look
true.
back, you're like, we were really just still children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had
yeah.
come out of home because we weren't living at home anymore in college, different state
Yeah.
from where our families live. We were like, oh, we're like full grown adults. But looking back, we were so young.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you were a junior, I was a senior. But even looking back at that, I'm like, yeah, we were so young, like
Yeah.
still young. You know what I mean? But I know coming into our relationship, I just had this weird chip on my shoulder, like I had something to prove, and I had, it was kind of like a.
I feel like it
phase in
stemmed
my-
from insecurities, though.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
definitely.
mean?
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Finding you, finding
Yeah.
yourself.
Yes. Because I definitely at 24, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Really, I was still trying to
and
find
not many
it.
people did.
Right.
I think that was, for me, that was the biggest thing of like, I don't think I ever like judged you for like the time of like, how do I word it? I don't think I ever judge you for the time of the period of time you were in. Oh my
In
God.
that phase.
In that phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
where you were in that time.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I was just hot headed. You know what I'm saying? And it was, and what I mean by hot headed is I was very overprotective in a sense that, yeah, I was just so jaded.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, I'd be damned if, I ever get cheated on again, if I
Yeah.
ever, you know what I mean? And
Like
it was
X,
just,
Y, and Z,
yeah.
yeah.
It was just like, if I had to learn, this is what I had to learn and adjust.
Yeah.
It is okay to have friends of the opposite sex that are platonic. That's something I had to learn with you, is that you are a guy's girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? You are the type of person that I've learned too, that you can hold relationships and friendships, I should say, with anybody and everybody and have self-control, no boundaries.
Yeah.
Look at this person, this male friend, as this is strictly my friend, and trust me when I say,
Yeah.
this is my friend. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And because I didn't, to me, in my world, that didn't exist.
might sound dramatic, but trauma from past experiences.
Well, yeah,
It's so natural to bring those sort of things into your next experience.
Yeah, that's true.
Whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
I think everyone probably goes through that.
It was crucial.
Yeah.
It was
of
so
that sort of intensity.
I find myself just thinking back and being like, wow, I'm very lucky in that sense that, you know, your patience,
Thank you.
and just, you know, for sure. So that's something, and I feel like I've come a long way with
I mean, yeah.
you
You're
know
like,
what
you're
I
like
mean?
a completely
Yeah, I
different
mean,
human.
you did have a friend, and we're not gonna, you know, say his name, you know, out of respect, that you would have coffee dates with.
Yeah.
You know, and you would tell me like, hey, I'm going to the coffee shop, we're grabbing coffee.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
I mean, most of the time there was other like girlfriends with me. But
Right,
we just had
right.
like a
but
close group.
yeah, but also you guys were close friends.
Yeah, we were.
Literally, like I mean, like looking back, and even at that time, I had to learn too, like, oh, like she's
Yeah.
really
Very
this is
platonic.
very platonic, very innocent. So I would say that's one thing that, you know, I had to come to an understanding, come to accept, because it was a culture shock for me. You know.
Yeah. I feel like that concept was like kind of like I look at where we are now, we've probably had like 2 phases of like not working through things, but just like growing together.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was like the younger college stage and then now us living in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And that stage as well. And there's ups and downs with both. But for me, I would say it's probably back during that time of our lives. I felt a little bit more like just like it is what it is. Like let me just take it as it is. Like it was very like it comes, it goes.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of my mentality. So I don't feel like what was the question? The adjusting.
The
so
adjusting, yeah.
I don't feel like I necessarily adjusted myself crazily amounts there. I feel like it was when we got like we truly were like a unit. When there are sort of like hiccups or arguments, understanding how we navigate them or need to navigate them are completely different.
Yeah. Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was my biggest adjustment of like kind of learning your like, I guess, mannerisms of like arguments. Do you know what I mean? Like
you are very introverted.
yes.
I'm extroverted.
Yes.
So I want to talk. I want to, like, you know what I mean?
And I cannot get words out sometimes.
Right.
Hence why I did not want to do this podcast at first.
Yeah.
Hence why I was
Yeah.
like, Paris, I will not be joining
Yeah.
you. Look at me now.
Yeah. It was definitely something. I mean, again, we're still learning.
Yeah.
You know,
always.
But it was like, gosh, why is it that whenever we have these disagreements or arguments, she shuts down, she goes in her shell, like, no, we need to talk about this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like, I think that I've come to a place where it's just like, even if we have a tiff, it don't last long. Our arguments really don't last long, because it's like, all right, I'm shutting up.
Yeah.
She needs her space.
Yep.
I won't say anything else. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
I think that is probably the biggest adjustment of like really having the realization of like, this is who I am. This is how I deal. Because it took me a little bit to figure out how I deal with those sort of things too. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So
true.
figuring that out, and once I figured that out, being able to let you know that's what I need when we're not in an argument.
Yeah.
So that it's like preempted. You've been prepared. Same for you. I've been prepared.
Yeah.
So that like we're not trying to tell the other person at the time of an argument like, I don't need this, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah.
I feel like when you're trying to tell the other person during it, you don't hear the right words. But if you discuss it prior to of like, hey, next time if this happens, I really needed this from you, or
Yeah.
you really needed this
Got it.
from
Yeah.
me. I feel like
Yeah.
though that kind of like realization for the both of us has just like one, made our relationship less, like, the bickering is like petty and funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, it gets to the point where I'm just like, we are so stupid. It is hilarious. But there's nothing to like argue about because we just know us.
It's for context.
And I never get offended by you either. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird.
Okay, we do get offended, but it's like...
Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. I never have like I'm so hurt by Paris right now of what he's done to me. Like, that never crosses my mind.
Right.
There were some periods where I was like, wow, he really hurt me. But now no. It's very surface level, like, kind of thing.
Like I
want to strangle you right now. Like, come on. But sorry, I was cutting you off.
No, it's okay. I was just like for an example of the air conditioning thing. But we don't have to go into that. I was just saying, like, things like that so is just like things.
The burrito in the microwave. Yeah. We might get into those stories.
We definitely
most of them are embarrassing for you. And thinking you are right in the situation, and I'm trying to educate you that you are not right in this situation.
My thinking, like I said, what did I say the other day? I said I might be I said something yesterday.
I don't remember.
I said, there's speech impediment. But I said I might have a thought impediment. Like, because the way that, like, my thoughts just don't...
You said thought impediment.
Yeah, because like, some things just don't make sense to me.
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah,
That's funny. Yeah, you're right.
That is hilarious. But yeah, I'm glad that we could definitely, talk about that for sure and just share,
For sure, because so many people probably go through the same stuff.
Yeah. We're from different sides of the globe.
Yeah.
And coming into a unit with just different perspective. It's all about, marriage is about compromise. Relationships about compromise. And there was a lot that I had bad habits I had to strip, perspectives that I had to strip into so that I could be open and the best husband and, partner for you. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So
cool. Well, because you've been throwing questions at me, can I get some questions on you?
Yeah, of course.
So just to kind of intro it a little bit, there is a popular thing that is going around YouTube, TikTok, wherever you want to call it.
Okay.
Where they're questions girls are too afraid to ask men or boyfriends or husbands or whatever.
Okay.
So obviously you are not necessarily speaking for the masses, but kind of speak for the masses.
Okay.
To help girls out there who want to ask these questions.
I speak on this generation, but can't change it alone. So.
Jesus. Okay.
Shout out to Drake.
Let's begin. They're going to be a little rapid fire, so we don't need to go into detail.
That's fine. I promise.
We all know that you're a tangent human.
Yeah.
We all know that you tangent. So let's keep it quick and precise.
Okay.
Copy that? Because I got a handful for you. Okay. First one. Do men care if we smell?
Yes.
Just yes. Okay, maybe I went a little... Okay.
You want me to go in a little detail?
Yeah, you took it a little too extreme.
All right.
Okay.
Light detail?
Yes. Elaborate. Just a little bit.
This is I will elaborate. I was just watching an episode of one of my favorite podcasts and they were talking about this. For instance, if let's say we were in the early stages of us dating, I called you at 4 a.m. saying, hey, I'm coming over, when you hung up or after unlocking the door for me, would you just hop back in bed or would you brush your teeth or freshen up, knowing that I'm coming by?
Right.
Because if you didn't, that would be a huge, like,
we do care.
What I mean? Yeah, so we do care.
Okay.
We do care. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think that's tit for tat.
Yeah. So likewise? Vice versa? Okay.
But I feel like that's a known thing because we're always like, guys stink. You know what I mean? Anyway. Okay. This is funny that you have already brought this up, but it was one of my questions.
Okay.
Thoughts on girls being embarrassed ordering a messy meal on dates?
Yeah, just get the food.
Right. You kind of already brought that up. Like, you almost more turned off.
Yeah.
when someone, like, if you're on a date, someone orders a salad, it's like, we know you don't want that salad.
Come on.
Get the burger.
Yeah.
Get the tacos. You know what I mean?
Get the lobster. Get all that.
Yeah.
Get all that messy stuff.
Okay.
Cheese fries.
I already knew the answer for that because I
Yeah.
remember when we first started dating.
You could
you actually,
could eat. Yeah.
I had no hesitation. And I just ordered what I wanted to order. And
Yeah.
that's what you were like, oh, she's good.
Yeah, I said, yeah. Oh, okay. Love a girl that can eat. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Does a woman's weight really matter?
If you love her, no. If your preference, it depends on what your preference is.
Okay.
But I told you plenty of times it didn't matter.
Is that like a politically correct answer there?
No, because I've proved it.
Oh, like with me? Like
Yeah.
you've loved me through my skinny and my big.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you went through that phase, and I was just like, man, I don't care. Like, I want to be here for you the best way I can, but just know that my love and a attraction and adore for you has not changed.
Okay.
So,
Well done. Oh, do guys mean it when they say their wife/girlfriend looks better without makeup?
yes.
Is that
Yes.
for every case though?
Okay, that's not for every case, but when a guy says it though,
Okay.
yeah, I know when I say it, yeah.
Okay, but do you think I have makeup on right now?
No, you don't.
100% I do.
But you don't wear a lot of makeup though.
Right, but I'm wearing makeup.
Okay, all right.
So so you got to be careful because me, like fresh out of the shower, only moisturizer, that is me with no makeup on.
Okay.
So I feel like that comment of do guys really care with no makeup? It's like, well, guys, do you really know when it is officially no makeup?
I think what we're if you don't mind me speaking for all men, I think that when we say that, it's like, hey, don't feel like you just know
you don't
if
need
you
to
don't
cake
wear
your
makeup,
face with like the contour.
Just know you're beautiful without it, with or without it. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But you do respect the fact that there are situations where women do just enjoy wearing makeup. Yeah.
Okay.
So, the saying, if he wanted to, he would. Is that true? Have you heard that saying? Like, when for example, it's like, oh, we go on some dates and then they stop talking. If he wanted to continue talking, he would. Like, if he wanted to, he would. So don't worry about it. It's not you. Do you know what I mean? Are you understanding? You've never heard that saying?
It's too generalized. I heard the saying, but like, if he wanted to, he would. Like, meaning if he
wanted to hit you up, he would hit you up. He's not just busy or ignoring, you know what I mean? Like, because it's one of those things, oh, he may just be busy. That's why he's not reaching back out to me. It's like, no, if he wanted to, he would.
No.
It's true. Like, the guy would reach, like, if he wanted to, he would reach out.
If he wanted to, he would. But that don't mean if he hasn't hit you up, that doesn't necessarily mean he's busy. It's because he didn't want to hit you up.
Right.
So I think that term applies for both sides.
Okay.
It remains true regardless.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Mm-hmm. What are you actually doing in the bathroom for 45 minutes?
That's a deep question.
Really?
Yeah.
It's deep.
Scrolling on our phone.
Okay.
Taking a poo.
Okay.
You know.
For 45 minutes, you're going to get a hernia.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You cannot. Like, really?
It's our time. It's me time. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just need that alone time to, you know, just it's an unexplainable thing. It's just
so weird that it's a guy thing.
Yeah.
45 minutes. Like, what a waste of time.
It's not a waste of time.
It's like it's a mental decompression.
Yeah, it's us to get
from
away.
us.
No.
Okay.
From the world.
Dramatic ass. Okay. Last one.
Yeah. Make it good. Come on.
Will you have the talk with our kids with how babies are made?
Yes, I will. I
or
can.
would you expect, like, who do you expect to have the conversation?
You're not having that conversation.
You don't think I will? Even, okay, what about if, for the girls, if for our girls, would you have that conversation with them how babies are made?
No.
Right.
That's your job.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I'll take the boys.
See, I would, in my mind, I would do it for both.
Fair enough.
But you would only do for the guys?
You know what? No, let me take that back. Let me not be sexist.
Yeah,
Let me take that back.
Come on, 2024.
I would do it for our baby girls, but I would word it in a way that they can understand. And I think honestly, wait, what age are we having this conversation with them?
I mean, the age that you have it. I don't know. When they start getting curious and ask questions.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not like young babies.
Yeah, well, of course not.
Not babies, but not like toddlers or anything.
Yeah. I think
that curiosity age.
I think it would be beneficial for us both to have it at the same time, you know?
Well, because I only ask that because I do feel like there are families out there that don't even have like a designated time to have that conversation. Because I never had that conversation. Like,
really?
Yeah, my parents never had like the sit down of like, this is how babies are made.
That's interesting.
Just heard it from the streets, you know? You know what I mean? Like, I'd never had that actual
It takes a village. You're right. It takes a village.
Conversation. Did you have like an actual pinnacle conversation?
I felt like we've had it so many times.
Maybe it's different for guys too. Like for like parents growing boys, maybe it's a little bit different because I'm a family of 3 girls. Okay. So maybe the necessity didn't feel so.
You know what's crazy? And this is like my mom. My mom and dad had 3 kids, including me, 2 boys and a girl. Yeah. Me and my brother are the oldest of the 3. But my mom, you would think with her having boys, maybe she, just leave it to my dad to have the conversation, whatever. Which he did that. But she was like,
very adamant.
Don't have sex. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, oh my gosh.
Putting the fear into you.
Yeah, my dad was more chill with it. It was just like, these are the consequences that it can have. Mm-hmm. Don't do it because you're not at the age to emotionally understand. Like, you know what I mean? My mom was just like, you just don't do it. Nah.
It's like in Mean Girls where it's like, don't have sex standing up. Don't have sex standing up.
Yeah. Like it was, I remember, see this, now I'm opening up a portal of memories, but like, I remember, because we used to pass notes in elementary school.
Oh, yes.
100%. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yep.
My brother snitched at the dinner table.
Price snitched.
Yes. Price, I don't know if I'll ever forgive you for this, but we're at the dinner table and my brother, I think he had enough of me that day. And he said, you know what, this is the time.
Sabotage.
Mom and dad need to know. Because we used to carpool from school, and right before I got in the car to go home, one of my crushes in elementary school, she gave me a note confessing her love. You know what I mean?
So cute.
And my brother must have seen it and was just plotting the whole time. And he was like, what was that? What was that? Nothing. And I put it in my backpack. Didn't think anything of it.
Yep.
We're at the dinner table.
He took the note.
No, he didn't take the note. We're at the dinner table and we're all having a conversation. And he's like, I have an announcement.
Shut up.
Wait,
how old are you at this point? Sorry.
I was in the 4th grade.
4th grade. Okay.
Price was 5 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
And he says,
too smart for his own good.
Yeah, he says, Paris got a note from this girl. And my mom, here comes my mom. She's like, what? What note? What girl? Go get the note. Do you still have it? Go get it.
Oh my goodness.
So I had to go get the note. They read the note, and she's obviously, you know what I'm saying? And it was just this big ordeal, but it was my dad who kind of was just like, kind of like telling me again, just like, look, you're in the 4th grade. When I was that age, we know,
curious,
you know what I'm saying? So we just, but it was just like, oh my gosh, like having to take that long walk upstairs to get the note from my backpack to come back down, like, you know what I mean?
Walk of shame.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
That's
but
sad.
yeah, what was the last question? Why did I go into that?
I was asking,
Oh,
would you have the top
yeah.
favorite?
So I say that to say there were different moments that we were having that talk.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I mean, unless I completely erased it from my memory, and we may get a comment on this YouTube video where my mom is like, 100% I had this conversation
Yeah,
with
you
you,
just
but
don't remember.
honestly, like, no, nothing. Literally nothing. Not even from my dad. Honestly, not even from my sisters. Like, absolutely nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We're a little closed off with those sort of talks,
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
It'll be interesting to see how many people say they never had the bird. Was it the birds and
The
the
birds
bees?
and the
Yeah,
bees,
the
yeah.
birds and the bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like more people now maybe don't have it with their kids anymore because it's like,
'Cause-
I feel like there's so much around to already kind of educate people.
Yeah.
Back in the
yeah.
day, I felt like it was like so like naive.
It
unless
was-
you were told.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, for sure.
That's an assumption. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
fully true.
Well, yeah. I mean,
we don't have
that's
kids, so we don't know what that situation is.
you would think technology, cell phones
Yeah.
at a younger age, you know. And
Cool.
So,
Well, that's
yeah.
my little
Yeah.
what girls are too afraid to ask.
Yeah,
They
well,
have
that was a good one.
partner.
I
You
like
that
that.
one?
Yeah,
Little rapid fire?
maybe I'll find something guys are afraid.
Too afraid. Yeah, we should do that
to ask
next
as well.
episode. I like that.
Yeah, before we get out of here,
Yes.
I got a couple questions for you.
Couple
just
questions.
just two questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite smell? Your favorite aroma?
Favorite smell. Okay.
Feet.
So I feel like for some reason when you hear favorite smell, there's like a couple ways you can go with this. Like
Okay, talk to
bad smells smell good sometimes. And then
You are on to something.
you know what I mean? Like sometimes, like think about it. Like this isn't my answer. But if something smells bad, you don't instantly like try not to smell it anymore.
You want to
You're
keep
like,
smelling it to like
where did that come from?
Yeah.
What is that smell? And you just keep going and going.
it's curiosity.
But so there's that approach of like, what's your favorite smell? Cool. Not my
Not
favorite
to be
smell.
funny. Sawdust. My grandfather had his tool shed.
Interesting.
And in the tool shed, it has this
That
aroma,
aroma, yeah, of the wood.
and it's like
I mean, it's
very
like fresh wood smell.
yeah, but it's not like a
Yeah.
It's just like a wow,
Yeah.
okay,
So that's the first thing that comes to mind of what, like, as a little side tangent
Okay,
of
okay.
like, why do we continue to smell bad smells?
yeah.
So curious of where they are.
Is your favorite smell technically a bad smell?
No, that was just the first thing
We'll
that
get
came
to
to
it.
mind.
What is it?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being the tangent today.
Yeah.
My favorite smell. Honestly, this is probably really lame, but I have perfumes based on like times in my life. So I feel like when I smell those perfumes, I go back to those moments.
It's
Like
nostalgic.
it's a very like sentimental attachment to those smells.
Dang. Yeah. One of your yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like when I had that perfume on, something happened, and then it's always stayed with me. There was a certain perfume that I always wore to the gym back in college, and whenever I smell it, I just see the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think for me, my favorite smell is the fact of like pairing those perfumes with those moments.
I like that.
Is that answering the question?
Yeah,
It's kind of a
yeah.
little.
It triggers nostalgic.
Yeah. So I guess
feel.
there we
Yeah.
go. My favorite smell are nostalgic smells,
Yeah. Okay.
specifically perfume.
Got it.
What about you?
Fried chicken. It's like,
That doesn't even smell good. Who says fried chicken smells good?
are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Fried chicken being fried?
No, I don't think that smells good.
Well, you're a vegetarian.
And even still, sometimes you'll cook a steak and I'm like, oh, that smells good.
That's a fact. You do. You
Yeah.
do be.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't come for me.
Okay. Okay.
But like fried chicken doesn't smell good being fried.
I beg to differ.
Really?
I beg to
like
differ.
fries being fried smells good.
Okay.
I don't think fried chicken smells good being cooked.
Have you ever had a piece of fried chicken?
It's been a long time.
Okay. Maybe you need to
maybe
be. Maybe I need to fry some chicken.
Well, that's
for
the thing. Last time you fried chicken, it did not smell good.
I was burning it. I haven't mastered the way
last
I
time
fried
you
a
did
chicken.
fried chicken, it was really good.
Oh.
It just didn't smell good.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry. Not
Anyway.
to yucky yum. For
Yeah, no, it's all good.
But that was a joke, right? That's not.
Yeah,
actually,
no.
Oh, okay.
It's not my. I would say Annie Ann's pretzel.
Okay, that's a good smell.
Every time we walk past them,
That
when we're
is
at the
a good
mall.
smell. Do you remember when we were coming home from Australia after we had been stranded at the airport and we had to sleep at the airport?
Yeah.
Humbling moment.
Yeah.
But then we woke up at like 5 a.m. and nothing had opened yet.
Mm-hmm.
But we could start smelling the Annie Ann's.
Yeah,
Do you remember that? That was
yes,
I got Starbucks because I wanted the coffee, but Annie Ann's was right next to it. Oof, that was good.
They're
The sugar, the cinnamon,
the
donut.
Yeah.
Yep, I can agree with that one. That's a good one.
So I would say Annie Ann's pretzels.
Cool.
Strong runner up would be funnel cake.
I mean, that's basically the same thing, really.
Mm-hmm.
Same but different. You know what I mean?
Same but different. But
So-
yeah.
What I'm hearing is that you just like the smell of things being fried.
Yeah.
So American of you.
Yeah, it is. That's my generic answer. I'm because we can go down the you know what I mean?
No, but those are good smells. You're
yeah.
probably not the only one.
All right.
Well, that was a good episode.
Yeah, that was a great episode. We did it.
I feel like we had a lot of questions for each other.
Yeah, it's good. It went smooth. It went smooth.
Yeah. How do you feel about episode 3?
I feel great about episode 3.
Yeah,
and I
you
can't
liking
wait
it?
to just continue. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
of
thanks
course,
for tuning in.
Tuning in.
Remember to follow all of our platforms.
Yes.
I know we're very heavy on YouTube right now, but
Yeah.
if you do watch it on other platforms, Spotify, podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all the above, remember to follow us, like it,
share,
it,
subscribe, guys.
all the things.
Yeah. And we understand that we're trying to just do this once a month. But you know what? We've discussed and we hope to be able to put it out more consistently than that.
Yeah, for sure.
But right now, like I said, this is just a hobby for us.
Yeah. We don't want to take on too much too soon and fail. We want to keep it consistent, slowly build up.
Yeah.
But I'm excited how it is going.
Me too.
Cool. Well,
Great one.
so far away. Bye.
See ya.